What up, y'all? My name is Julian B, but everybody calls me Jew. You can too. Welcome back to Old Taste and See. We've already introduced the chapter for the week. Again, we're discussing a chapter entitled When Company Comes. So we're sharing a couple of recipes that'll be really good for the next time you have some folks over to the house, particularly for a brunch event. The first recipe we'll discuss for this chapter is one of my favorites, salmon croquette. The great thing about this recipe is it's very simple, very few steps involved, and you can make a little go a really long way. So again, a really good recipe to utilize when you're having some folks come over. Because we do have to fry the salmon, light a candle or some incense or something. You don't really want folks to come over and the house smells like a cross between Long John Silver and Kelly Price's pantyhose. It was a joke. Kelly, if you ever see this, I love you. It was a joke. I hope you have a sense of humor. Okay. So, that being said, let's get to it. Step 1. For step 1, we want to go ahead and gather and prepare all of our ingredients. In preparing your veggies here, you've got the liberty to chop them as finely as you like. Just make sure that they're no bigger than 1/4 inch. Nobody wants to bite into a nice salmon cake and have huge chunks of celery coming back at them, okay? We also want to saute the veggies. That's because when the salmon cakes themselves fry, they're not going to do so for very long. We'll give them maybe about 7 minutes on each side. So you want to saute the veggies first to be sure that they're going to be softened enough to enjoy. Breadcrumbs. Just like we discussed in our meatloaf recipe a couple of videos back, we want to remember that it's always important to soak your breadcrumbs first before adding them to the mix. There are 2 reasons for that. 1, texture. The breadcrumbs in this recipe serve as a binder. They help hold things together. The eggs that we add in later serve as a further binding agent, but we don't really get the effect of the egg until we apply heat, until we start to cook the thing. The second reason for soaking your breadcrumbs before adding them to the mix is simple. Moisture. If we were just to throw our dry ingredient, our wet ingredient, everything into the bowl at one time and we just mix it, there's no guarantee that things are going to combine. So in efforts to be sure that we end up with a nice moist salmon patty and not a hockey puck, we soak our breadcrumbs first. That way we guarantee moisture in the finished product. Step 2, assembly. So we mix everything up, and then we want to start shaping our croquette patties by hand. Notice here that they're only about 3 inches in diameter, about ½ inch thick. You want to keep things relatively small just to make sure your patties cook thoroughly. Also, be sure to keep things consistent so that each patty has the same cooking time. Step 3, cook. We're gonna cook them relatively quickly. Once your oil is set, add your patties individually, give them about 6 or 7 minutes until they're nice and brown on each side, and you're done. The croquette itself is, as it sounds, French in origin. Now, traditionally, it's just a fried breadcrumb roll, or patty, if you will. There isn't any deep or rich history to it. We really aren't even sure of how salmon croquettes themselves became so popular in the US or even in the South. That's it, y'all. I told you it's incredibly easy, this recipe. It's quick. It's nice to have around. You could make a little bit go a really, really long way. The croquettes are great to serve by themselves with a couple of dipping sauce options. They're also really good protein additions for a salad. I'll share a nice recipe for you. I appreciate you for watching and for listening and even for reading, for those of you who are doing so. Stick around, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Y'all, it's only coming up from here. Until next time, I challenge you to live good, to do good, and eat good. But above absolutely all else, from deep in my soul, I wish you happy feelings.